Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm XDefiant. Welcome back to another mobile gaming YouTube video. Today, I'm going to tell you about 10 different PC shooting games like Rust or CSGO, for instance, that are coming to mobile devices. By the way, both of those games I mentioned are eventually coming for mobile devices. These are the games that are pushing boundaries, blurring the lines between PC and mobile, and propelling us to the next generation of mobile gaming. Hope you enjoy. If you do, please take a second and leave a like on this video and subscribe for more mobile gaming top 10 videos just like this. Thanks, guys, and with that being said, let's get into this. Getting things started with a bang, we have Battlefield Mobile. Not Delta Force Hawk Ops and not Firefront Mobile, both of which are games people compare to Battlefield Mobile, but actually the real thing. Now, a lot of people are going to think I'm talking about that terrible Battlefield Mobile game that EA made a couple of years ago. You know, this one? No. Not that one. EA learned from their mistakes and are employing DICE, the original developers of the Battlefield series, to create a revolutionary experience for mobile devices. I personally think the Battlefield Mobile that we saw a couple of years ago was a trial run, and considering how big the mobile market is, EA and DICE didn't want the title to go to waste. They had an inexperienced company making the game. They learned their lesson, and EA is already beginning to hire some people who have experience designing mobile games, but most importantly, they're toying around with the idea that this game might be a cross-platform game. Even though the news is a little old at this point in time, there's no indication development stopped, so soon enough we will have a Battlefield Mobile and a version that actually gives the whole series justice. Next up, the second game on our list is XDefiant Mobile. I've talked about this before, but it is big news. If you've heard of XDefiant before, you'll know it as the game that all the big YouTubers and streamers have been playing and everybody was calling the Call of Duty killer. It felt more fast-paced and overall seemed to be better designed and more in touch with the community compared to the newest Call of Duty games. Now, it is entirely possible that this doesn't end up happening, but today I'd like to focus on the mobile version of XDefiant. A little while ago, a trusted leaker on Twitter, SargeOP, said in one of the job listings for Live Operations Manager, Ubisoft mentioned online/mobile game development experience, and he even showed a screenshot from their job listings showing exactly that. This means Ubisoft was exploring the possibility of bringing XDefiant to mobile, and since it's been several months now, and they might have found somebody already, they might already be working on it. Obviously, this game is still not 100% confirmed, and we need to be cautiously optimistic, but these leaks happened a few years ago for Warzone Mobile in the same way, and guess what? Warzone Mobile is now a thing, as we all know. So yeah, let's hope we get some type of announcement soon. Third on our list is Destiny Mobile. Not too long ago, we got some more information about this game, and even though it seems like it's taking longer than expected, I think we're going to start to hear a lot more about this game toward the end of the year. We've not gotten to see any gameplay yet, so it's still a ways to go. But not too long ago, the developers of Destiny, Bungie, ramped up hiring for Destiny Mobile, including internal testers, graphical engineers, and other key roles. It even seemed like Bungie was teaming up with NetEase to make this whole mobile version of the game, and most importantly, Destiny Mobile will be a standalone title and not directly connected to Destiny 2, so it's a brand new game altogether. Our fellow leaker, SargeOP, said Destiny Mobile was still in development not too long ago, so as long as we can take his word for it, it's still going well, and eventually, at some point, we're going to get some more news. If they decide to go forward with NetEase with development, I'm going to assume NetEase is going to do the same thing that they've done with their other games, where they're going to quietly do some internal tests, and then it's possible some of the gameplay will leak from these tests, either on Chinese websites or elsewhere, and then we'll see some announcement a bit later on down the line. So watch social media carefully and let me know if you ever happen to see any gameplay, because I'd love to see what it looks like. Continuing on, we have the Division Mobile, or better known as the Division Resurgence. Now, a lot of people have mixed opinions on this game, and some are seriously doubting it'll ever come out, but we've never gotten any official indication from Ubisoft that they're either pausing development or canceling the game altogether, so I'm gonna assume that means it's still coming out. They were planning on releasing this game globally by the end of the year this year, and there have been many alpha and beta tests already. I played the game a little while back and it looks super good. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I thought it was already ready for a global release, but I guess they're just taking their time to make it as good as possible. And I think it's entirely possible this game is a little delayed to 2025 just so they can make it as perfect as possible. It's this third-person shooter RPG set in a multiplayer open-world environment where there was basically a virus outbreak that created an apocalypse, and your goal is to try and restore order and civility. It's really cool, and I especially like the Dark Zone game mode, which is basically Arena Breakout or Escape from Tarkov in the Division, where you collect loot in a dangerous area and extract. This game is definitely one of the better Ubisoft games out there, so I hope we can hear some news soon. The fifth game on our list is Rainbow Six Mobile. Everybody knows this game, and everyone is dying to know when it's going to come out. Just like the Division Resurgence, people are freaking out if this game has been canceled. But I want to assure you, there has never been any official confirmation from the developers that it actually has been canceled. And the most recent update we heard from them was a blog post a couple of months ago stating that they were going to start focusing heavily on server performance, bugs, and connection issues. They post stuff on Discord once in a while, so they're still there. It's just maybe they're running into some issues here and there. I don't really know. This game is definitely delayed, but it's so far along with its development, I just don't think there's any way it would just be canceled altogether. That would be a really stupid move on Ubisoft's part, to cancel both the Division Resurgence and Rainbow Six Mobile when they're basically complete at this point in time. It's a fantastic game already, with excellent gameplay mechanics, competitive gameplay, and it's relatively optimized, all things considered. So I would just sit tight, be patient, and hopefully within the next few months, we're going to get some more information about when global release is. I can safely tell you that when this game finally comes out globally, it's going to be one of the best mobile FPS games out there. Don't miss this one. Pushing along to the sixth game on our list, we have Dark and Darker Mobile. Maybe you've never heard of this game before, and it's okay if not. I personally think this game is super underrated. Dark and Darker is a first-person hybrid between a dungeon crawler and an RPG. It's this PvPvE fantasy extraction looter where you're using a whole lot more melee attacks than ranged attacks, and in some ways, it has a battle royale element because there's actually a shrinking zone in this game. It's much more focused on the extraction aspect though, as all the loot that you successfully gather can be used for the next match, but it's still a really neat blend of all of these different genres. They did a really good job with this game. I love how it's set in a dungeon, such a different atmosphere than a regular battle royale or extraction game, and I love that you fight other players alongside monsters in the game as well. You have a bunch of different classes to choose from, with most of them being melee characters, then some magical ones and ranged ones. You have a variety of different perks and skills to choose from. There are several different maps, weapons, gear, and more. This is going to be a very exciting mobile game. Next up, the seventh game on our list is one everybody was expecting, but honestly, if I didn't include it on this list, it wouldn't even be a complete list. Valorant Mobile. I'm pretty sure you know the whole story about this game already. There are two different versions of this game being developed. There's one that's being developed by Tencent in China, and it's very close to being released. And then there's another version being developed by Riot Games for a global audience that's probably going to take a little bit more time. Valorant is a tactical competitive shooter where you can choose your own agent and play with friends in 5v5 matches. Each agent has their own unique abilities that can turn the tide of battle. We've been seeing leaked gameplay from Valorant Mobile during their tests in China for years at this point. That's what you've been seeing in the background of this video. And I mean, seriously, it just looks like an awesome game. Now, I do want to say we are going to have that NetEase game, Operation Apocalypse, before Valorant Mobile, the reincarnation of Hyperfront, yada, yada, yada. You guys remember that game. But once Valorant Mobile comes out for iOS and Android, it'll be a no-brainer. This will be the go-to FPS game for millions of mobile gamers all across the world. The eighth game on our list is Once Human Mobile. If you've never heard of Once Human before, this is one of the coolest games on the entire list. I've already played it before, and the official release on PC is on July 9th of this year. It's coming up. Once Human is a multiplayer open-world survival game set in a weird post-apocalyptic future. It's got all the features that you would want in an open-world survival game, with the craziest monster battles, teamwork with friends in a multiplayer setting, a vast, lush world to explore, complete with many different missions and side quests, the craziest storyline I've seen in pretty much any game at all. base building, tons of different customizable weapons, gear, and a plethora of items in-game, and so much more. I could go on for hours about this game, dude. I've always been a fan of games like DayZ, Rust, and some of those other classic open-world survival games, and this game just takes all the aspects of those games to the next level. The reason I'm talking about it on this list is because it's coming for PC first, and then a little while later for mobile devices. So soon enough, the game that you're seeing on your screen right now will be playable on both iOS and Android devices. Elden Ring Mobile. Who saw this one coming? I bet a lot of you guys probably didn't, okay? A few months ago, we got some news articles claiming Tencent is working on a mobile version of the mega successful PC and console game Elden Ring. The original game was released back in 2022, and a lot of people say this game is literally one of the greatest video games of all time. It is that good. Now, it's understandable people are a little bit nervous Tencent is working on the mobile version of this game, but I do have to explain Tencent is pretty much at the forefront of mobile gaming development, with Arena Breakout, Delta Force Hawk Ops, and PUBG Mobile amongst many other amazing titles. They know how to make incredible, long-lasting games, so we just have to be cautiously optimistic that they will do the same with Elden Ring Mobile. They're currently working on the game, though development is considerably slow and understandable because it's a very big game. And interestingly, it seems like China takes a super long time to approve games. Might be a while before we actually see an Elden Ring Mobile come to fruition, but the building blocks are all there and it should only be a matter of time. And finally, the 10th game on our list is Sniper Elite 4, another game that you probably didn't see coming. Sniper Elite 4 is pretty much the ultimate sniper game. It's a third-person tactical stealth shooter game released back in 2017, the sequel to numerous other Sniper Elite games from many years ago. I'm going to ask you guys a question. You remember when you see all those different mobile sniper games that have the slow-mo bullets when you shoot the gun, and then it shows X-ray vision when someone gets shot with bones breaking and blood going all over the place? Those games took inspiration from the Sniper Elite series. That series was the OG. And Sniper Elite 4 is set in the midst of World War II, with it perhaps being the best World War II shooting game available for iOS devices. As of right now, according to the official website, it's only going to be available for iPhone and iPad, but I would bet if it's pretty successful there, it could release for Android a little later down the line. I was always very impressed with how good the graphics looked, and I like how in these games, it's more than just sitting stationary and sniping. A lot of mobile games don't even allow you to move around. It's literally just sniping, and that's it. This game is different with that whole tactical aspect that it has. It's almost like an open-world tactical sniper game, and it's awesome. Definitely going to be one of the best iOS games, period. And with that being said, that basically concludes this video. There are so many more games than the 10 that I talked about in this video. For instance, in the intro, as I said, CSGO is supposedly coming for mobile devices, and Rust Mobile has also been confirmed. Hopefully those games are going to be coming out within the next year or so. And there are so many more that I can talk about, but that can be saved for another video. If you guys would like to see another video on this topic, please do let me know down below in the comments. If you enjoyed, please take a second and leave a like and subscribe for more mobile gaming content, and I will see you all in the next episode.